Okay, boys and girls, so once again, going back to our section on multiplication or multi-digit multiplication, we have this problem here. So we've got 1,446. Okay, now our answer is 400 and something 2 times something gives us 1446. Now, once again, if you look at that, the main key that you are going to need is this one here. So it's 400 and something. So you know that already your answer starts with 400, okay? And you're going to have to figure out how many times 400 and something goes into this. Now, if we think about our factors of 4, that's probably the easiest thing to do at the beginning, okay? So if I write up here 1,446, okay, and then my factors, I need factors of 4, because once again in this one we're doing the exact same as what we did previously, where we're doing our inverse operation. All right, so if we're doing our inverse operation, and sorry about my writing, my inverse operation, we have to figure out 1446 divided by 400 something 2. All right, that's what we need to figure out. So first of all, when I look at the number 1446 and I think about 400, I've got to figure out how many times 400 goes into that number. Okay, so if I start adding that up and I go 400 plus 400, that's going to give me 800. Plus 400 again, that's going to give me 1200. Okay, now I can't add another 400 onto that because I'm going to go up to 16. All right, so if I think about that, my first one, it's probably easier if I divide it into groups, and I now know as well that I only have 3 groups. All right, so 400, 400, 400 is going to give me 1200. Okay, so it already tells me that I need 3 groups of 400. Okay, now what I can do then is I can actually just go through and divide everything by 3 because I know it's going to be that, and it will give me the answer, or I can stick to what I was doing already. Okay, so if I stick to what I was doing already, let's get rid of my 400. Okay, I know that I've used 1200 of this number already. Okay, so this is just one way of doing it. So if I get rid of this, so 1446, get rid of 1200, if I take away 1200, I'm left with 246. Now I need to do 246 divided by 3. Once again, I know it's 3 because only 3 400s fit into that number. Okay, 3 400s is 1200. So I know that already. 4, 8, 12. Now, when I think about 3 into 246, now, if I just think about it, I could break it right up and I could say, okay, we could go down to the hundreds, we could go into the tens, we could go into the ones. It really depends on what you want to do. But if I look for some common things, so I think to myself, okay, so if I've got my 400 and I need to break up my other numbers, so what other numbers would give me, so let me see, think about my times table. So 5, 10, 15, so that's 15, so that would be 150. Okay, no, maybe not. What happens if I go 6 is 6, 12, 18, that's 180. Yeah. How about 7? 7, 14, 21. What about 8? 8, 16, 24. Okay, so 8 times 3 gives me 24. If it was 8 times 30, that would be 240. Okay, so if I know then that 240 divided by 3 gives me 80, then I know that I've got to put my 80 down in here. Okay, so once again, I can get rid of 240, and then all I'm left with, if I get rid of 240, I'm only left with 6. 6 divided by 3 is going to be 2. Okay, so if I add that up, and I go 400 plus 80 plus 2, 2, 8, 4482 times 3 gives me 1446. And if I check that on the calculator, it will work. Okay, now your other option, I'll get rid of some of this so it's not so confusing. Okay, if I get rid of all of this and I go back to where we were when it came to finding out our 1446, and I said to you, how many times does 400, because the number starts with 400, how many times does 400 go into 1446? Okay, and we worked out that if we go 4, 8, 12, 1200, okay, equals 400 times 3. So we know that there are 3 groups. Okay, and 400 in each. All right, so I know it's 3. So once again, if I come down here, get rid of this, do this here, and then if I replace that with a 3, I have to go 400 and something times 3 is going to give me this one, or I could just go 1446 divided by 3. Okay, so once again, you get the exact same answer, but it depends on which way you want to do it. So pretty much you can go right through all of that, or you just leave it the way it is.